Hello, my lovely writers. I have several thoughts for you today, and I'm going to string them together as quickly as possible, and I hope that they're useful, a little bit inspiring, and galvanizing. First one isn't very interesting, but is very important. And it's very germane to this kind of rather gloomy, tough weather we're having. If you're looking after large animals, as I am outside, just getting through the mud is quite an effort. Getting the normal jobs done takes a lot longer than it normally would. And even if you're not having to go outside and look after thoroughbreds, January, if you're in the northern hemisphere, can be pretty demoralising. Everything is a bit tougher. Journeys to work probably a bit tougher. I don't know, walking the dog out in this dreich, not necessarily the most fun. And so what you're going to find is that everything takes a little bit more effort, and therefore you have a little bit less energy. And this is the boring thing, which is incredibly important for your writing mind and your writing life. And that is, make sure that you are being really practical and realistic about your logistics. If we're going to have to pull back and maybe only write 10 minutes a day, or just stick to your 2-minute daily writing, which I highly recommend not skipping, or go on writing walks, or fill up your writing mind with reading, and particularly reading in your genre, reading in ways that inspire you to be a better writer, then do that. Be realistic about it. I've just tried to embark on a new project, and I way overestimated how much time and energy I had. And then luckily I'm used to this, and I know the writing mind and I know the writing life. So I just picked myself up, saw the mistake I'd made, and started again. But if you're not used to it, you can demoralise yourself, and the not good enough gremlins come in and tell you you're rubbish, and you're not rubbish. You've just overstretched yourself and overestimated your time, your energy, and what you can get done in a gloomy old February. So boring but important. There's quite a lot of writing life which is boring but important. I'll try and do interesting as well. There's a hostage to fortune. What was the second thing I was thinking? Yeah, think about laying the foundations of your writing life and of your writing mind. I talk about this all the time, but so few people know about it or talk about it that I really think it's worth repeating. When I say foundations, I mean, you got to know what you're in it for. What do you want with, from, and for your writing? What is the thing that you love? What is the part of the process that makes your heart sing? Forget outcomes. I saw someone on a group today saying they wanted to make money from their book. And I laugh about that because two reasons. One is it's hard to make money from books. It is possible if you write books as part of a boutique entrepreneurial enterprise. But to make money from books alone, if you haven't got other things to go with it, like I do, I have a coaching business, I run groups, I do all kinds of different things. I do editing, I help writers in lots of different ways. So the books are part of that. To make money from a book on its own, you have to kind of be Stephen King. So that's why I always say you've got to do it for love. And if we make money, then hooray, hooray. But you've got to do it for love. And if you don't love the process, and if you don't love words, and if you don't love telling stories, and if you don't love creating characters, you're really going to struggle. So that's, again, a reality-based look at how you're actually living your writing life. And when I say build up the foundations, I mean everything from the way you think about your writing, the way that you nourish and encourage and galvanize your writing mind. And that will include the kind of reading you do, keeping yourself safe from social media. Don't waste your brilliant brain on doom scrolling, that kind of stuff. get out into nature, walk in the woods, find things of beauty, listen to Mozart. These are foundations. You want to build foundational habits, and you want to feel really confident in your writing ability. Can you write a simple declarative sentence with confidence and brio and joy? And if you can't, we just practice that. Practice it like you do scales and arpeggios for an instrument. So that's my second thing. Think about the foundations of your writing life and your writing mind. And the third thing is, and this makes me laugh, I just noticed it round and about on social media, the socials, as I believe the young people call them. I've seen it a bit on Substack, and I see it a lot on YouTube. Oh dear, I think it's a massive mistake. Everyone's getting a bit earnest. We don't have to be earnest. You can have jokes, you can be silly, you can be whimsical, you can be fey, you can be faintly absurd, you can make yourself shriek with laughter. Life is very earnest and very real at the moment. Oh my goodness, look at this. Sorry, I've just noticed that we've got flooding in the wood, which never happens. Look at this. One day this rain and snow and sleet will stop, but not yet. Yeah, this is a very unusual. That means the water's coming at us from both sides. This feels slightly symbolic. When the waters are rising, make sure that your writing mind has some dry land to stand on. Yeah, it doesn't all have to be so serious and earnest. Look, when you're very old and you're lying on your deathbed or you're approaching the end of your life, you're going to look back and think, God, I wish I'd had a belly laugh. I wish I'd had more belly laughs. So please be willing to laugh at yourself, to laugh at the process, to write things that make you laugh, to make other people laugh. We all need a little bit of sunshine and a little bit of hope and a few show tunes. All right, my darlings, I am rambling now, so I'm going to stop. I'm slightly obsessed by this water. Oh my goodness, one day I'll be able to show you Scotland looking stunning again. But for now, we're in the Drich.